What's up, guys? I just want to go over the idea of a bullish Gartley on Bitcoin's 1 hour chart. I know the 1 hour chart plays little in the higher time frame trend, especially with the momentum on those higher time frames. But it's something to take note of because it kind of has bigger implications as well. As far as Elliott wave theory goes, because let me pull up a chart here. So, we watched and we traded the bottom here, this rising distribution. Oftentimes this is distribution. You'll get your initial high, reaccumulation, in this case rising reaccumulation, and then you get your confirmation top. And that's why this range is so important. And this idea could easily be invalidated. But at the same time, especially given the context with everything going on, I think, it hasn't been invalidated yet. Let's put it that way. Right? So we've got this new range that formed after this previous rounding bottom, reaccumulation, redistribution, or distribution. And we did get, from our peak, we did get an ABC. And this is something we traded in the Discord. This was a 9-to-1 trade, taking a short here, anticipating the continuation of the ABC. So you've got a correction. Now, since then, you've gotten potentially, the first wave up of, the potential impulsive wave. Now, I say potential because a lot of Elliott wave, the usefulness in everyday trading is that you can, once you get a certain amount of information by the process of elimination, you can you'll have a better idea of where a price is going if you can identify the next wave that's going to take place. So in the assumption that new impulsive wave was beginning here, this would be your first wave up. This would be an ABC correction of your first wave to the 786, which is very typical in wave 2 correction, a correction of wave 1. Now, if this was a new impulsive wave forming, this is what it would look like. You would have a new high here locally above your corrective retracement, and you would expect a 1618 extension afterwards. Now, that doesn't mean this is going to go straight to presumably 40,000. I've got this idea maybe we get some sort of flagged bullish consolidation down into retracement levels. I would love to see the 382, the 50% hold, but I wouldn't want to see it any lower than the 618. In this case, I would like to see this consolidate high and tight and then extend to the 1618 for wave 3. Now, that gives us a potential target for wave 5 at 43,350. A little bit early to get in too many details or to really dial in target prices just yet, because we do want to see how this unfolds first. But that's what I'm looking at for right now. Ignoring everything else, let's look at this. This is your corrective wave down here. Now we want to see this turn into an extension, impulsive wave up from here. Now, I said easy to invalidate because obviously if this is wave 1, this is wave 2, wave 3 cannot move under wave 2. That would invalidate it. So, that's a pretty clear line in the sand. Looking at that, that's going to be invalidation. So Now, if we were trying to invalidate, you know, the idea of maybe this is a expanded flat, well, actually, it didn't expand. It doesn't look like it made new highs. But if we wanted to invalidate further downside, we would just say, hey, a high above wave 1 is going to confirm a minimum extension to 40,000 from here. And I see AgriTrade going off, so maybe it's going to happen sooner than later. This is just an idea. This is just me trying to think ahead, trying to anticipate, you know, things that we could see. You know, there's a big imbalance in this candle coming up. Maybe we consolidate, fill the imbalance, and then continue on. That's what I'm looking at. That's, again, this is a 1 hour time frame. This is not really make or break it for the trend. Obviously, the higher time frames have a lot more room to wiggle down if we did get a deeper correction. And I've said on Twitter, at Trade Nomadic, my lower target, if we did get a move lower from here, would have been, I think it was 34,200. That would have given you an extension lower from here. But the thing is, this new wave up has made a higher high than C. So that, you know, that could be a sign that this is going to be a new impulsive wave up, and this is actually another impulsive wave forming here, a degree lower. And if that was the case, we would also want to be watching as that unfolds, and that'll help us understand what our impulsive wave is going to be doing thereafter. If that made any sense, I kind of went off on a tangent, but you know what, you would also kind of get, if you did get this little corrective movement here, you could, you know, inverse head and shoulders type formation here, and just for the hell of it, let's see what that would give us for a measured move. To be conservative, we'll go from the candle close, put that right on top. Well, would you look at that? That brings us right up to the 1618. I love seeing stuff like this. It kind of gives you a little more confidence when you see the math add up to the same type of levels you were looking at based on price action or patterns. You know, seeing that line up with extension levels, it's just, it kind of adds to the argument. You know, that happens a lot trading the bullish dragon. You'll often see your first impulsive wave up extend to the 1618, which happens to be lined up with the 618 retracement of the dragon correction. So, you know, stuff like that always gives me more confidence that, hey, maybe, you know, there's something to what I'm thinking. But this is something to watch. I'm not going to ramble on here because I don't think I'm making much sense. It's been a long day. So, yeah, I want to see a higher high over 1. That would really kind of give confidence to this idea a little bit further. Seeing the lower high kind of, you know, it leaves it, makes it a little bit sketch because, hey, we kind of made the same high, up thrusted it just by a little bit. So, you know, that's something to take note of, because a lot of times the swing failure patterns from the rejection of a break up or a break down are often really key levels, or at least, you know, maybe that was the sign that we're gonna come down, correct a little bit, consolidate, and then try again. If we do get the partial decline and we do get a return to test this level again, statistically we would favor a breakout to the upside this time around. So something to watch. Easy to identify invalidations here. You know, off something like this, off your first wave, up a degree lower, again, you know, you could buy your way down to the 786 even if you wanted to. I'd really like to see, personally, I think it would be a little more powerful if it was a tighter consolidation, above the 50% at least. But that's it. I got some other videos I'm going to be posting too, so if you guys want to see more of this stuff, like, subscribe, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter at Trade Nomadic. Discord I should have in the description, and that's free. Anybody can join. I do have a Patreon if you wanted to support the channel a little further, get a little extra content there. You can do that as well. And that's it. Bye.